Just 7 months ago, we had $72,444.44 of credit card debt. We're going to figure out how much we have left together. We're also going to go over what the starting balance was and what the APR was. And this isn't in any particular order, but please watch to the end. We're going to find out how much credit card debt we have left. Don't forget to like, follow, and share, because the more y'all engage with our content, the more we're able to pay off credit card debt even quicker. Starting with my Capital One credit card, I actually closed this one, so I'm not able to log in anymore. This one started with a balance of $725.01. APR was 29.15%. I closed it, so I'm not able to log in anymore, but it is at $0. And Credit One had a starting balance of $474.16. APR was 29.24%. It is now at 0. Our 401k loan, which we didn't take out until October, so a month into our credit card debt-free journey, we did consolidate some debt. It started with a balance of $4,000. Actually, it was November. Now has a balance of $3,139.60. And this one is 9% APR. Chase had a starting balance of $3,144.84. APR was 24.49%. It is now paid off. Ulta had a starting balance of $5,286.15 with an APR, our highest, of 31.24%. It now has a balance of $4,729.38, and it has 0% interest. Best Buy in my husband's name had a balance of $365.61 with an APR of 30.49%. It is now at 0. Next, my Best Buy, I was on a promotion, so I didn't have any interest. The balance was $1,449.58. It is now at 0. Citi had a balance of $2,710.32 with an APR of 28.24%. It now has a balance of $2,385.82 with an APR of 0. Another Citi had a balance of $715.33. It had an APR of 29.99%. It now has a balance of $631.99. APR is 0. Our last Citi, oh my God, I know, right? Had a starting balance of $1,507.35 with an APR of 29.99%. It now has a balance of $1,289.76. I think the APR is 2%, if not 0% on this one. Now, you're going to see a whole bunch of Capital Ones now, okay? We're past Citi, we're on to Capital One. This used to be a Walmart credit card. The starting balance was $235.25. It had an APR of 28.15%. It is now at $0. Another Capital One had a starting balance of $1,650 even. APR was 28.99%. It is now at 0. Our third Capital One, which is completely above the credit limit, it had a balance of $1,360. APR was 28.47%. It now has actually an overage of $1.77 that I really need to call them about. Our last Capital One had a balance of $1,292.13. APR was 29.96%. It is now at 0. Navy Federal had a balance of $1,442. APR was 18%. It is now at 0. Another Navy Federal had a balance of $1,467.65. APR was 18%. It is now at 0. Our Amazon card had a balance of $5,196.50. APR was 27.49%. It now has an APR of 2% and a balance of $4,551.11. American Express, y'all know it was super hard for me to stop using this freaking card. I finally stopped, okay? I finally stopped. Had a balance of $5,544.22. APR was 29.24%. It now has an APR of 9.99% and a balance of $5,059.10. This one is on the same promotional period, so 9.99% APR. If you call them, ask for a long-term financial hardship program, they'll keep the card open, but they'll give you a lower APR until you pay it off. This one started with a balance of $5,014.41. APR was 29.99%. It now has a balance of $4,558.03. Rooms to Go had an APR of 0%. It is still at 0. I went ahead and closed the card because instead of making a $105 minimum payment, it is now $29. So this one had a starting balance of $1,707.73. It now has a balance of $1,403.73. If you're still here and you're wondering how we're paying off our debt, what type of freaking method we're using the snowball mixed with the avalanche method. If the APR was over 10%, we were snowballing those. We are on our last credit card with 16.99%. After those, all of the APR is 9.99% or even zero on the majority of them. So we're basically going to snowball those next. TJ Maxx had a starting balance of $707.48. APR was 32.24%. Damn, I thought that the Ulta was the highest one. It is now 0% because we went ahead and closed the card. The current balance is $600.92. Victoria's Secret. Man, this one hurt when I closed it, okay? But this one had a balance of $242.11. APR was 30.24%. It is now at 0. This one I have a huge hate for. Starting balance was $5,993.43. APR was 29.99%. We got hit with like $1,200 of interest in November. Deferred interest. Yes, I know. It sucked. Okay? So we had a balance of $6,598.38. I know, that's crazy. We racked this card up so quick. I think we maxed it out in like 6 months. Yep. Yeah, so we closed it. We now have a balance of $6,048.50 with 0% interest. Samsung, one that we recently paid off. I was taking a while to pay this one off because it had 0% interest, but it pissed me off making $14 monthly. So we just closed it and we freaking paid it off. So this one had a balance of $249.50 with 0% APR. It is now at 0 as well. The one, the only that we are paying on right now that has the highest APR, $3,999 right now, but 7 months ago, had a balance of $7,068.14. APR was 28.24%. We went ahead and just called them, asked for a long-term financial hardship program. We have 12 months of that 16.99% APR. So we got to get this one paid off ASAP. I did the same thing with my card right before we started our debt-free journey. However, I chose the 6-month option of 9.99%. This one had a balance of $2,880.07, and it is now at 0. If you're still here, let me know in the comments when you want to be credit card debt-free. I want to be credit card debt-free by August 7th of 2025. Apple had a balance of $2,556.02. APR was 27.24%. It is now paid off. Now that's all for the credit card debt. Again, we started with $72,444.44. We now have a new balance of $38,395.17. That all happened in 7 months. That means we've paid off $36,049.27 in just 7 months. We are almost at the freaking halfway mark. That means we've paid an average of $5,149.90 per month. How we did that, I have no idea because we only make about $6,500 per month combined. The average APR was 25.20%. It is now all the way down to 4.46%. We are saving thousands alone on interest. The minimum payments monthly were $2,051.79 monthly. It is now all the way down to $1,005.12. Our timeshare that we don't even freaking use had a balance of $7,406.38. It now has a balance of $6,992.16. Car had a balance of $11,895.82. Now has a balance of $7,260.38. And our last debt had a balance of $213,166.14. Yes, this is our mortgage. Now has a balance of $208,302.94. So all of our debt, including our mortgage, we have paid off over $44,000 of debt in 7 months. None of this would have happened if it wasn't for you. You have liked every video, commented, so many empowering, encouraging words. Thank you so much for going on this journey with us.